Welcome to Watches with Dennis, and today I want to talk about the Tudor Black Bay GMT Root Beer. Well, root beer is not really its name. It's actually the Tudor Black Bay GMT S&G for steel and gold. But this was a watch reveal at 2022 Watches and Wonders, and it's gotten a lot of attention, and I've been putting off talking about it because I just didn't want to talk about yet another Black Bay. But here we are, and it is a fairly popular watch, as pretty much all the Black Bays have been, so it does warrant some discussion. And not all my first thoughts are always going to be positive, so I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and get into this. So, the Black Bay GMT S&G is a 41 millimeter diameter watch. It offers 200 meters of water resistance. The case is made out of stainless steel. We have a sapphire crystal protecting the dial. Obviously, it has a GMT hand. And the movement is the caliber MT5652. That's a COSC certified movement. It beats at 4 Hertz and it offers approximately 70 hours of power reserve. Now, this watch comes in 3 different configurations, which really just breaks down the form of strap or bracelet you might have. I'll go ahead and also provide the reference numbers. So if you're interested in the two-tone riveted steel bracelet, that is the M79833MN-0001. The brown leather strap version is the -0003, and the fabric strap that has that brown band on it is the -0004. All of them obviously having the same preceding reference. Price-wise, the leather and the fabric strap versions are on Tudor's website at $4,300 US, and the bracelet version is $5,550 US. So what are my thoughts on this watch? Well, like pretty much everyone when I saw this, it very much gave vibes of the Rolex Root Beer, hence the nickname that I'm using here for Root Beer on this, because that's what everyone's thinking about. It's yet another Tudor that really plays up the heritage angle, which is what the Black Bays are known for, often hearkening to some version of a Rolex watch. Not always. I mean, there are bronze versions of the Black Bay, for example, but many of the most popular models happen to look an awful lot like Rolex watches, and historically, that's not atypical. Tudor is well known for being a watch brand that is the baby brother of Rolex, at least, again, historically, and many of the watches were the exact same look with only minor differences, often around the movement and maybe some of the branding, but even back in the day, there were portions of them that still even said Rolex, at certain spots at least on those cases. And so here we are, and for the last 10 years or so, Tudor has really found that the Black Bay line is what people want, and they continue, I feel, to not innovate this so much as they do look at Rolex's back catalog, maybe look at their own back catalog, and if so, noting that there's a lot of similarity between those two catalogs. And then here we go, we just get some new color schemes available for these various watches. Now, clearly I can't say these watches look bad. I own a Black Bay, so in a way I feel weird not loving this. But it's, again, I've just seen so many of them now, and they don't seem very different anymore. Yeah, okay, you can get it in two-tone. I know two-tone's coming back, so the bracelet there might appeal to some people. Personally, of these 3 looks, I actually like the look the best on the leather strap, though. Like I often say, if I were to be in the market for this, I would try and get it on the bracelet just because aftermarket pricing is probably going to be a killer on that bracelet. And you can find plenty of good straps, be they cloth or leather, and be quite happy, in my view. But I've never loved the root beer, the Rolex root beer, I mean. You know, going back and looking at those, and I know some people are fans, and I think, yeah, it looks fine, but it's never appealed to me, and it doesn't appeal to me in this format. Obviously, this is a lot more affordable, so people that are really after that look and want a really high-spec watch, this is definitely a good one to turn to. It's just as handsome of a watch as it is. It's just, there's nothing here that really motivates me to love this. It's not as classical, in my view, and popular as the Pepsi-style dials that we already have from the Black Bay line. Yes, I do like the gilt on black look of these, but they've been doing that with the Black Bay bronzes for years now. And I should say my Black Bay bronze is the one with the black dial and the gilt style for the hands and the indices and such. And so here I'm just like, okay, well, you took it and made it non-bronze and gave it a different color bezel where it's a mix of black and brown instead of just all black. It's like, you see what I'm saying? It's iterative. And that's what Rolex is known for, is just iterative change. Now, Tudor experiments a lot more. I mean, they do more things in weird metals. They do more different, approaches and looks. But this, it looks fine. I mean, I could see why people would like it. If you want a GMT travel watch, obviously the Black Bay Bronze is not that. And if you didn't like Pepsi, this would give you a different look for your 48-notch bidirectional rotating bezel. I see they're using an aluminum disc still. I know that won't appeal to everyone. There's been demand for ceramic. And well, I thought some demands for ceramic bezels are getting a little silly, like the Rolex Explorer 2, which is supposed to be a spelunking watch, and ceramic would make no sense for it, structurally speaking. I do understand the motivation for something like a travel watch, where you're not expecting to bang it around all the time. But anyway, I'm sort of digressing. Tudor does what Tudor does. So overall, it looks fine. I have absolutely no interest in it whatsoever. I think if I was in the market for a Black Bay GMT, I would choose the Pepsi over this any day of the week. But, some of you all may have a completely different stance. If you want to share it, please comment below. I'd really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. I'd also really appreciate that. And finally, if you want to be notified when I have new videos, there's a subscribe button floating around there somewhere. Go ahead and click on that, and then you'll be notified by YouTube when I have new videos out. Thanks for listening to these first thoughts. Everybody have a great day.